economics and specifically government intervention. The question we must ask is, when is it appropriate for the government to intervene? First of all, let's talk about why government intervention. So the first learning objective is define what market failure is. Well, market failure is when we identify this imperfection in the marketplace that prevents an optimal outcome. And generally, there are a couple reasons why this happens. One simple example is an externality. You have a pandemic, the government must intervene. This pandemic was considered something that we did not bring on ourselves. This is an externality. We had no control over that. Simple example where you will find a market failure. There's several other reasons, and we'll talk about those as we proceed. Number 2, explain why the market underproduces public goods. Well, the reason why the market underproduces public goods is, unfortunately, we have the situation where you have a lot of free riders, meaning that people that a government program was not intended for are participating, and therefore the market has underproduced because more people demand that service even though they have not paid for it. Simple example, I think about the number of times that I've thrown activities at BYU, and you'd have a lot of activities where you provide a lot of free or subsidized food, and lo and behold, you have a crowd appear out of nowhere who want to participate and partake of your free pizza, your free ice cream, whatever it may be. Well, they weren't part of the original plan. And so that you have more people that want to consume free riders, if you will, than those that the program had intended to serve. Number 3, tell how externalities distort market outcomes. Well, the textbook answer is an externality will drive a wedge between market demand and social demand. Specifically, what it means is that the market, when it overproduces goods and services, you have external costs. And when it underproduces, you have external benefits. The government's role is to change production to a socially optimal level. Number 4, describe how market powers prevent optimal outcomes. How do market powers prevent optimal outcomes? Well, let's take an example like a patent. If you hold a patent for something and you're the only one that can produce that product or service, then this is going to distort market outcomes. If you have a monopoly, same situation, and that's going to distort outcomes. If you have a situation where the consumers have limited choice, again, monopolies, then we're going to have distorted outcomes. No competition, distorted outcomes. Number 5, define what government failure is. Government failure occurs when the government intervenes or when government intervention fails to improve economic outcomes. Right? That's when government failure occurs. It happens. There's not a perfect system. That's why we have a mixed economy. That's why we have market failures. It just happens. Well, I hope this helps you in your assignment to review these 5 learning objectives about government intervention and write about them, address them in Canvas as a text entry. Thank you.